I like to say that aging is a privilege, but aging powerfully is a choice. And it's a choice that I'm focused on making every single day. And I'm going to share what you can do too to ensure that you are. Now, this all started a few years ago when I noticed something. I've always been the jar opener in my house, and so I'm trying to open a jar and I couldn't get it. So I handed it to my husband. Didn't think anything of it till it happened again and again and again. And that might not seem like a big deal, but it turns out that your grip strength is a proxy for your overall strength, and it is one of the big indicators of all-cause mortality. Now, here's the reality. Starting at around age 30, we start to lose up to 1% of our muscle mass. That's not the bad part. We start to lose 2 to 4% of our strength and 6 to 8% of our power. So as I was sitting there trying to open that jar for the 5th time, I started to think about, what did I want to be able to do at 60, at 70, at 80? And I realized that I had to do more than what I was doing to counteract this aging process, to age powerfully. So I dug into the research. I started looking at everything that I could. Now, why do I say age powerfully? Well, because as we age, we tend to lose more of these specific muscle fibers. These are your type 2 muscle fibers. And these are the ones that are the strength and power fibers. These are the ones that are capable of getting bigger, not bulky, metabolic Spanx that holds everything in tighter. So if you've been following my channel, you've probably heard me talk about a few of the different ways that you can help build muscle, help age powerfully, including eating protein first, lifting heavy things, and prioritizing quality sleep. And today, I've got a brand new one to share with you. Something that I've been using myself now and kind of keeping a secret for nearly 2 years, but I'm not keeping it a secret anymore. It's a huge breakthrough because it deals with aging where it starts, at the cellular level, where we're accumulating senescent cells. Let me explain. Every day, literally, billions of our cells die and billions of new cells are created. When we're in our 20s, our bodies eliminate those old dying cells and replace them with new healthy cells at about the same rate through a process called apoptosis. But starting at around age 30, our bodies start to struggle a bit more at eliminating those old cells. And these old cells, called senescent cells, they gotta go. That's because they're no longer performing anything useful for us, no useful functions. They're just taking up space in our bodies, almost like freeloaders, wasting our energy and nutrition without providing any real health benefits in return. And they're also taking up space in our body, preventing locations where new young cells can be created, almost like the old yellow leaves on a plant that need to be pruned off to make room for the new healthy growth. And senescent cell accumulation typically gets worse and worse and worse the older we get. By our 40s and 50s, it's a major problem for a lot of us, with more and more energy and nutrition diverted to these senescent cells instead of the cells that can contribute to things like healthy tissue repair and various other functions of health. Pretty soon, senescent cell accumulation is being felt throughout the tissues like slower workout recovery, joint discomfort and stiffness, less flexibility, low energy. You know, all those things that you started to feel and you were told, oh, that's just normal. That's just a normal part of aging. All those things that make you feel old. Well, in fact, these cells have been nicknamed zombie cells because they can linger around and can even turn good cells, those healthy cells, into bad cells. But finally, in 2015, slaying our zombie cells started to be figured out by top research institutions at Mayo Clinic and Scripps Research. They discovered that there were actually little-known plant-derived compounds that help the human body eliminate senescent cells. And in recent years, additional studies have identified more of these game-changing ingredients, which have been called senolytics. That's from the Latin term senex, which means old, and lysis, which means destroy. So literally, senolytics means destroying old senescent cells. Okay, so you're probably wondering which compounds do this, right? And there are some great research on them. First of all, fisetin. Fisetin is a flavanol found in certain fruits such as persimmon and strawberry, and this supports healthy tissue by helping the body eliminate senescent cells. Piperlonganine. This is an extract from the long pepper plant of Asia that supports senolytic and immune functions to help manage stress cells. Quercetin, actually in the form of something called quercetin, because this one's 20 times more bioavailable than regular quercetin, and it supports the normal pruning of stress cells and healthy influences on their behavior and characteristics. Okay, so you can already kind of get the challenge here. These are sort of rare, hard to find ingredients. And the other important thing here is that you got to take them in the right dosage to get maximum results. So thankfully, one of my favorite and most trusted science teams in the world, Qualia, has figured it out and has put it together in one formula so we can slay those zombie cells fast and easy. It's called Qualia Senolytic, and it's clinically tested and has 9 vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free senolytic compounds, including all of the ones I just mentioned. Now, this is a formula that you can actually feel the difference with. In just a few months of taking it, I noticed that my energy was improving, that I was able to recover better from my big workouts. Honestly, I felt like the clock had been turned back like a decade. And it's crazy to think that I could feel this kind of thing because literally you take this supplement 2 days a month. Qualia Senolytic is the perfect complement to my 3 pillars of powerful aging. It gives you the momentum for the other aspects of aging well, like actually wanting to be physically active more often, having energy left over after you work, maybe to go do another workout, and having amazing support for recovering faster from anything that you do, right? Like lifting heavy things. Now, personally, Qualia Senolytic has been such a powerful addition to my aging regimen. It's literally addressing something in a comprehensive way that science had no nutritional suggestions for just a decade ago. I feel the addition of Qualia Senolytic most in this energy that I have, this just all day steady, sustained energy that I have, regardless of how hard I worked out, how crazy busy my schedule is, you know, how much I'm traveling, or the mental tasks I have to get done. So if you are looking to age powerfully, you're going to want to start taking Qualia Senolytic right now. This is a product I am thrilled to endorse and promote because I have been experiencing its benefits for the past few years. And so has my husband. Literally, he brought it home and got us started on it. Thank you, husband. And I'm betting in another decade, this is going to be standard of care for powerful aging. So you can get on the train early, and your future self is going to be thanking you. And here's the cool thing, there's no risk. You can try it with a 100-day money-back guarantee. So grab yours at qualialife.com/JJHealth and use the code JJHealth at checkout for an extra 15% off your entire order. I'm going to leave the link and the coupon code below, and I cannot wait to hear what you have to say after a few months of slaying your zombie cells, because literally is a game changer. It is a game changer for me to be able to do the things that I can do at 61 and look out 71 is all I have to say. And just a reminder, all right, so this is pillar 4 of my 3 pillars of powerful aging, Qualia Senolytic. But remember, pillar 1, make sure you're eating protein first and at the optimal amount for you. Pillar 2, lift heavy things. Pillar 3, and make sure that you're doing that sleep and recovery. And then pillar 4, Qualia Senolytic will take your powerful aging further than you ever could have thought possible. So start slaying your zombie cells with Qualia Senolytic and start thinking of your physical prime as something you can maintain or even improve decades deeper into life than you ever dreamed was possible. Remember, aging is a privilege and aging powerfully is a choice. And the big choice you want to make here to get the help you need is Qualia Senolytic.